As Billy stood at the front entrance, he was reminded of the first time that he saw this building. He was hurt, he was lost, troubled, and confused. He was even angry at the judge who had ordered him to spend some time at the Boys and Girls Club to seek counseling and guidance. Yet, because of his mentor, he stands here again, yet not as a wayward child, but as a thriving adult, waiting for his first opportunity to mentor a child just like him. There are many real world accounts like this reported every day because someone mentored someone else who was in need. You may be asking, what is mentoring? Mentoring is simply sharing the knowledge and wisdom you have to someone else who is in need. However, what does a mentor look like? The answer to this question does not include the physical appearance of a mentor, but rather the characteristics of mentoring. Tonight I'm going to take a few minutes to discuss some of the characteristics in mentoring. The characteristics of mentoring include motivating, leading by example, and sharing in the vision of the mentee or the one being mentored. We will also take a look at some mentoring, successful mentor programs out there. So, does mentoring matter? And what characteristics should a mentor have? Learn first, a mentor should motivate. By motivating others, the mentor will create a self-awareness in people to act according to the values and principles taught by the mentor. A mentor should be willing to hold this person accountable. Colin Ward and Smashnaya state in a recent study on mentoring foster children that mentoring has been identified as a potential way to meet these youth's critical needs for supportive connection. In other words, mentoring is a vital factor in the upbringing of children. And not only children, but adults as well, who also need that help. Genuineness and accountability are great motivating factors that should be displayed by the mentor. In addition to motivating people, a mentor must also be able to lead by example. Leading by example just simply means practicing what you preach. The eyes of the mentee or the one being mentored are always on the mentor. They will know your actions before they know your words. According to a study by Getch and Rasmussen. They also go on to say that in their study, it is impossible to separate the teaching from the teacher and the message from the messenger. Again, in other words, that your actions speak louder than your words. People will notice more about what you do than about what you say. So leading by example will not only form solid proof that the values being taught are worth practicing, but will also allow the mentor to truly get involved in the life of the mentee. So sharing in the vision of the mentee is an indirect result of leading by example. Because mentoring is not a non-participatory action. In other words, you're not going to just idly sit back and do nothing. You will actually take part in the mentor or in the mentee's life more as you mentor. A recent study developed by the Department of Health and Human Services shows that by actively mentoring others, it encourages them to become better employees and more likely to become mentors to those that are coming up behind them. So it goes without saying, success will follow mentorship. Now, it has been proven that those who have been mentored actually do better in their selected career or field. As I was studying this topic of mentoring, I wanted to know who was successful through the mentor programs. Now, I found that most of all the ones that I had researched were actually successful in their field. Here are a few that I found. I found that Jack Lemmon was Kevin Spacey's mentor. Lucille Ball was a mentor to Carol Cook. And I could not resist this one. Luke Skywalker was mentored by Yoda. So sharing in the vision allows for many great things to happen, including forming friendships and success in the mentoring process. So as we go forward, I want you to do some self-examining. Do you have what it takes to become a mentor? What characteristics do you have that we mentioned earlier? Can you motivate others? Can you lead by example? And are you willing to invest your time in a mentor program? So I leave you with this quote from Winston Churchill, possibly one of the best motivating mentors of his time. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Mentoring is just that. So I encourage you to take this information and further learn more about mentoring, because mentoring does matter. Thank you for listening to me, and good night.